The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout.
Sagicor Bank, supporting businesses with guidance and services to create the recipe for success. The time by Sagicor Bank is
7. CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Halt and STA Trust, Jamaica's human development agency.
Policy more than a week before the controversial exercise took place, but failed to disclose it to the public. And our news center is in possession of a letter to the ministry that challenges the school's claim that the segregated graduation ceremony had the support of parents. Scores of Jamaicans joined corporate area protest for improved governance, transparency, and accountability. And in sports, MVP Track and Field Club confirm that renowned co-founder Stephen Francis is being treated in hospital.
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Halt and STA Trust, Jamaica's human development agency.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by
KFC. For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, KFC, it's finger-licking good.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Tuesday, June 30, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. Government accountability was once again under the spotlight today as Jamaicans gathered in Crossroads in the corporate area for the Stand for Jamaica protest. Organizers say the demonstration is a non-partisan call for greater transparency and adherence to the rule of law. With the details, here's Kevin Black.
Scores of demonstrators gathered to voice their concerns about governance and demand greater transparency, while the organizers of the Jamaica stand-up protest called for greater accountability. However, many of them did not want to express their concerns on camera.
When I heard about today's protest, I tell my people we have to come out because somebody have to say something. We elect the government, you know. Jamaicans elect a government to lead. They work for us, and if they're not working how we want them to work, we can't just sit down. We have to say something. That is why I am here today, to say something about what is going wrong.
Majority of Jamaicans choose not to attend because they fear victimization. I have been blacklisted from I've started to talk out. I've lost my business, me lose many things, but I'm still talking because as a little David, it is my purpose to go in and slay Goliath.
In the meantime, opposition leader and the PNP president, Mark Golding, said the recent Integrity Commission recommendation that Cabinet Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley be charged for illicit enrichment underscores the need for stronger oversight. He also highlighted the wide cross-section of support the protest received.
So there's a lot for us to be here demonstrating about. And I encourage all well-thinking Jamaicans to join in these types of demonstrations and lend their support one way or another to what is being done here by civil society. Many groups have come out, the churches have come out, various other civil society groups, and even the private sector, as reluctant as they have been to take a stand against the corrupt regime of Andrew Holness, have nevertheless come out and said that this situation with Wheatley is untenable. So the Prime Minister needs to do the right thing and ensure that Wheatley steps down.
But for the movement behind today's demonstration, the campaign is far from over, with plans to continue pressing for accountability.
The deportee deal was done in secret, and up to now it has not been tabled in Parliament, and we are demanding that the MOU be tabled in Parliament so that the people of this country can know exactly what is in it and what are the operational steps that are being taken, that have been agreed on or are being negotiated, so that we can get a clear understanding of what it is that we're standing up for.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
In a shocking development to a controversial incident during which low-performing Ascot Primary School students were discriminated against during a segregated graduation ceremony, CVM News now understands that the Education Ministry was aware of the school's plan before the school leaving exercise took place just under a week ago on June 25. But in a media statement issued on Sunday, the Education Ministry did not tell the country it was previously made aware of the controversial graduation plan. With the details, here's Carlin Brown.
In its media statement condemning what it describes as the inappropriate approach used at the Ascot Primary School graduation, the Education Minister says it strongly denounces the actions of the leadership of the Portmore-based school. Students who were not proficient in the 2026 Exit Profile PEP exams were denied the opportunity to wear graduation gowns and were subjected to differential treatment during the school's graduation ceremony. But the ministry did not disclose it knew of the controversial plan and failed to stop it from happening. A letter the ministry reportedly received 10 days before the graduation had a subject line that screamed, quote, "Urgent intervention required. Discriminatory graduation policy and intimidation of parents," end quote. The missive was reportedly sent to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, as well as to the chairman of the Ascot Primary School's board by a concerned parent. The letter was dated June 15, 2026, which was 10 days before the actual graduation ceremony. The letter alleges what should have been a celebration of students completing primary education became a source of concern for several parents. The concerned parent went on to outline claims of discrimination, intimidation, and breaches of the Education Ministry's policies. At the epicenter of the complaint is a message reportedly sent by the principal to parents stating, quote, "All students will graduate in their uniforms. Only those students who have achieved academic excellence will wear gowns," end quote. Parents argued the policy unfairly separated children based on academic performance and says graduation should celebrate all students equally. The letter also alleged parents who objected to the decision were discouraged from contacting the ministry. One parent described the policy as biased and discriminatory and said using gowns to rank children publicly is damaging, but was reportedly told, quote, "It will only make the situation worse, the ministry part I'm referring to," end quote. Another parent said no student should be barred from participating in such an exercise on the grounds of their academic achievements, adding no one should be stigmatized or subject to humiliation because they are not bright. Now, following the ceremony, in a press release, the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information condemned the school's actions, describing them as inappropriate, contrary to the principles of equity, inclusion, positive discipline, and inconsistent with the standards of care for our children. It stressed that graduation ceremonies should never be used as a platform for public differentiation, stigmatization, or punishment. Now, according to the release, the principal, in a statement to the ministry, said the decision was never intended to humiliate students and expressed regrets for the unintended outcomes. apologizing, quote, where any of my students have been wounded or scarred, end quote. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon says every child matters, stressing that a student's PEP results must never determine whether he or she is made to feel worthy of celebrating an important educational milestone, and that no child should experience humiliation, exclusion, or discrimination. The minister also says the best interests of the child must remain the primary consideration in all decisions affecting students. Now, when contacted on Tuesday, Education Ministry officials belatedly admitted the ministry was aware of the controversial graduation exercise before it took place and asked the principal to abort that course of action. Efforts to get a comment on the record from the Education Ministry proved futile.
CVM News at 7 continues in a moment.
Employers, once a month, you have the power to shape Jamaica's future. By paying your hard 3% contribution, you're not just contributing, you're investing in people, in skills, in our economy. Your hard contribution trains working-age Jamaicans, aligns programs with workforce needs, and secures our future. That's not just contribution, it's transformation. Contribute to heart and to your future.
For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, enjoy them with a KFC Big Deal or Big Bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
We welcome you back with more local stories. The demolition of homes in the West Albion community of St. Thomas continues to generate political reaction, and opposition spokesman on land, Lothan Cousins, is urging the government to suspend the exercise, arguing that a more humane and transparent approach is needed. Kevin Black reports.
The opposition People's National Party is condemning the demolition of occupied homes in West Albion, St. Thomas, where several residents were left displaced during a recent state-led exercise. The issue has sparked political debate over the government's approach to informal settlements, particularly as St. Thomas continues to see rapid infrastructure and housing-related development. The comments are coming from opposition spokesman on land, Lothan Cousins, who says the actions raise serious human rights concerns.
The hypocrisy here is impossible to ignore. On the one hand, the administration is appealing to international institutions like the Inter-American Development Bank and the World Bank for financial support, while simultaneously using bulldozers to create entirely new cases of displacement and homelessness.
Cousins contends that the decision to remove families from the property contradicts the government's efforts to secure international assistance for housing and disaster recovery.
The hypocrisy here is impossible to ignore. On the one hand, the administration is appealing to international institutions like the Inter-American Development Bank and the World Bank for financial support, while simultaneously using bulldozers to create entirely new cases of displacement and homelessness.
The opposition is now urging the Holness administration to review its approach, saying any future action should include safeguards for affected residents and a clear process before homes are removed.
I am therefore using this opportunity to call on the government to immediately halt any proposed demolition or any continuing demolition until a fair, transparent, and humane process is established that is consistent with our international human rights obligations.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Hospitality is a watchword for those directly involved with the heartbeat of Jamaica's tourism products. However, in light of the recent third country nationals controversy, involvement at all levels in all communities takes on renewed significance. Colin Brown has more on a project which has been pushing a message of sensitization.
While Jamaica will forever be opening its doors, welcoming the world as a thriving destination, as we peer outward with a microscope at who is coming in, we ought also to look inward at who holds the key.
Tourism is for all. Tourism is for Jamaicans. Tourism is for the visitors who visit our beautiful island.
Nikisha Silvera is a destination manager at the tourism product development company TPDCO, which conceptualized an initiative during the COVID-19 pandemic to encourage islanders to not only learn about the impact of tourism on Jamaica, but importantly too, its impact on communities. The initiative is a critical tool for everyone, especially since Jamaica is one of the countries set to receive third country nationals from the United States.
Safety, security, and seamlessness, which is what we are speaking about in tourism. And it's about local first. That is what our Honourable Minister, which is Edmund Bartlett, is driving. Local first. So it's the people of Jamaica. That is paramount right now.
And that's why she says the push is for more Jamaicans from all walks of life to play a role.
And today we're actually joined by the citizens of Grand Spend, Red Hills Road, and we're at the Grand Spend Police Station. It's the Community Ambassadors of Tourism Training, which is a workshop that brings persons together. They learn about tourism, community tourism, the importance of having a job, if not having a job, being productive. So we want for all Jamaicans to understand tourism.
Why here at the Grand Spend Police Station?
Okay, we have a team member who is responsible for an upliftment community, and she has decided that the police station here, which has a community meeting room, would be the perfect place for it to happen, and that is why we've chosen it. So the citizens are brought here, they're advised that they should come here, and once they come here, this is a place to be. The room is here, they're quite comfortable, and they're enjoying the teachings and the education of tourism.
At the end of this session, what happens for those who participate?
Not a problem. So at the end of the session, they will receive a certificate of participation. So they will be educated, they'll have the insight and knowledge, which is truly important here.
Some 60 participants turned out for a session in Kingston and St. Andrew, earning not just a title, but pride of place to become more alert and vigilant, deliberately protecting their piece of the rock and not be caught off guard.
And that's something that we look forward to doing each month. So if we want it in your community, just give us a call at the TPT, which is the Tourism Product Development Company. And as I said before, tourism is for all. Tourism is for Jamaicans. Tourism is for the visitors who visit our beautiful island. And that is what we want to encourage. We want to stimulate the mindsets to let them know that there's growth and development, and they too can participate within their community and become community ambassadors, and that's what we need for them.
Curlin Brown, CVM News.
200 DNA kits have been donated to the Manchester Police Division. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Deputy Superintendent of Police Odine Dennis, who was recently transferred from the Portland Police Division, says he has hit the ground running with measures to maximize effectiveness in tackling crime in the parish. We hear more from Crystal Williams.
A few months ago, during a court session, Custos of Manchester, Garfield Green, said he witnessed a judge raising the concern that there was a shortage of DNA kits within the parish. The Custos says this shortage slows deliberations, delays court matters, and can affect the timely delivery of justice.
When justice is delayed, confidence is weakened, and we cannot allow that to happen when we can do something about it. So in response to her remarks, I reached out to our international partner, the City of Lauderhill, and their police department answered the call with generosity and urgency.
Deputy Superintendent of Police Adine Dennis says the donation of the DNA kits is taking place during an increase in crime in Manchester.
With an increase in the commission of acts which render the use of these kits necessary and the ensuing shortage of such items in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. This donation at this time represents a significant step in the right direction towards the search for truth and the administration of justice in Manchester.
SP Dennis also says the country can expect him to treat corruption with the seriousness it deserves.
The crime situation is something that we are unused to in Manchester. I have relatives in this area and used to visit this parish back in the day when it was very peaceful. So that is what Manchester is used to. And I'm going to say that at this time we are going to put all the steps in process to ensure that Manchester returns to being the most peaceful parish in Jamaica.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
Meanwhile, 19 new Justices of the Peace, or JPs, were commissioned in Trelawny on Friday, bringing the parish's total cohort to 332. The ceremony's keynote speaker, Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Delroy Chuck, stressed that JPs must remain symbols of integrity. Natasha Williams reports.
As an MP, I have been asked many times for a recommendation, and I told them, no, I don't know you. And they said, but I vote for you, sir. I said, no matter, I don't know you. And I've been told about so many of my parts, it's not funny. And you will be told about your parts too. And you will get a lot of cut eyes. But your integrity matters.
A light moment, but with a serious message. Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Delroy Chuck says that the act not only questions the integrity of justices of the peace, but is a breach of the oath taken.
You have to say, I don't know you. Do you know that other JP or this other minister of religion or the sergeant of police? Go to them. But I cannot do it. It is within your character that you must learn to say no. Remember, this is voluntary service.
The Justice Minister also urged the JPs to remain humble in their office and the execution of their duties.
This is what people have sometimes put in their car. I don't support it. And the protocol office of the Prime Minister's office say you should not use a coat of arms without permission. Because oftentimes police don't stop people when they see this. You have criminals now bind them and put in it. So you have the criminals who put these things on the dashboard, and when the police stop them, they point to it and say, you see why? Hoping that the police don't search them. So I'm saying it is not necessary to profile justice of the peace.
Minister Chuck encouraged all JPs to work with the parish associations to get more done.
Up to today, we had 313 JPs in Trelawny, and with this additional 19, you should have about 332. With 300 justices of the peace working together, you can have an impact. Annually, we provide $1 million to the parish associations so that if you have to go out of your way to expend, you can always ask the executive to compensate you for the additional work outside your normal duty as a JP.
The commissioning ceremony was held at the Glistening Waters Hotel under the auspices of Custos Rotolorum for Trelawny, Hugh Gentles. Natasha Williams, CVM News.
The Economic and Social Survey Jamaica ESSJ 2025 was tabled in Parliament today, offering a comprehensive snapshot of the country's performance across key sectors. The report notes that tourism arrivals surpassed pre-pandemic levels, driving foreign exchange earnings, while agriculture rebounded with stronger domestic crop yields. Construction also expanded, buoyed by housing and infrastructure projects. But the survey warns of persistent challenges: sluggish manufacturing output, rising import costs, and climate-related vulnerabilities that continue to weigh on growth. Unemployment edged lower overall, yet youth joblessness remains a concern. On the social side, the ESSJ points to improvements in literacy and healthcare access, but crime and inequality continue to pose serious risks. The report underscores the need for resilient economic planning, stronger disaster preparedness, and policies to boost productivity and social protection, especially as Jamaica faces another hurricane season. Lawmakers are expected to debate the findings in coming weeks, with the ESSJ serving as a critical guide for national policy and international partners. An alleged serial sex offender who was arrested in deep rural Gordon Hall in Epsom, St. Mary by the St. Catharines South Fugitive Apprehension Team has been charged with multiple offences in 2 separate cases. Police say the suspect was charged with unauthorized possession of ammunition that was reportedly recovered when he was caught by the police. He was also charged with sexual assault, robbery, and forcible abduction in relation to one of the cases he was wanted for. His name is yet to be released, as he is said to have more identification parades pending. It is believed that he has committed more than 11 counts of sexual offences across Jamaica and has been convicted for multiple offences before, to include sexual assault. This arrest has reignited the debate about making public the Sexual Offenders Registry to assist citizens in identifying convicted sex offenders after they've been released from prison. We take a break. More after these.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, enjoy them with a KFC Big Deal or Big Bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good. The time by KFC is
7:30.
This football season, don't just watch the action, be part of it. With Chris and Charles Score Big Loan Promotion, upgrade your TV, plan that trip, or handle what matters most, fast and easy. And here's the best part, every loan gives you a chance to win one of 3 58-inch smart 4K TVs. So while your favorite team scores on the field, you could be scoring big too. Promotion runs May 11 to July 20, 2026. Visit any branch or Chris and Charles for details. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Score big this football season on and off the field.
For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, enjoy them with a KFC Big Deal or Big Bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Thanks so much for staying with us. A fire swept through a section of Falmouth Trelawny on Monday, destroying businesses and a house nearby. Carla Ramdeen reports.
That was the fire that destroyed several businesses along sections of King Street in Trelawny. One resident recalled his experience, noting that he lost everything in the fire.
I did a place, man, and people run coming and say fire upon the place. And I hit up and I just run out, grab 2 bags and just, my time reaching back a beer smoke. I didn't get this, so I just run out, see me, I drop all the bag and I close them and just turn on red. Come out and smoke.
So you were living there?
Yeah.
So you lost everything except for the...
Yeah, man. We lost everything over there now. Nothing left forward. Everything burned now. Close, everything gone. Nothing of it.
Where you going to? Where you go tonight? Where you go tomorrow?
No, I call my friend right now. I'll go down to my place, go sleep in the night and just hold off long as I tell everything back powering again.
Acting Assistant Commissioner for the Fire Brigade's Area 2, Roland Walters, says the fire service received a call around 11 a.m. When the firefighters arrived, a section of the building was already engulfed by flames. Assistant Commissioner Walters says it took 3 units and 3 hours to extinguish the blaze.
We had 2 bars here, a restaurant and a textile store. It means then that the fire load would have been very, very heavy, which would render this fire very active. We are comfortable now that there is no more risk to life nor property, and we will continue our investigation as to determine the cause of the blaze.
Assistant Commissioner Walters also disclosed that the fire left 2 people homeless, but says it's too early to give an estimate of the damage.
Active investigation taking place at this time. We are not able to say the cause of the fire nor what the risk or the loss is. All we can say at this point is that the affected premises have been completely destroyed.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
We take a break. Stay. Welcome back. We now turn to regional and international news.
We begin with news from the region. 8 Antiguans are now back on land after being rescued from a sinking vessel roughly 19 miles off the coast of Antigua while traveling from St. Kitts on Monday. The successful operation was carried out through swift collaborative efforts involving civilian rescuers, the Antigua and Barbuda Search and Rescue Team, and the Coast Guard. The dramatic incident was all caught on camera. Further afield, a roof collapse at a tutoring center in Lahore, Pakistan has killed at least 14 children. The victims were aged between 4 and 12 years old. Emergency crews have been at the scene searching for the survivors after reports emerged that some children were still trapped beneath the debris. Meanwhile, following the destruction of the twin earthquake in Venezuela, thousands of people are estimated to be missing and anger against the government is growing. Residents say rescue operations were slow to start and were sorely inadequate. More from the BBC.
But for the first 2 days, it was just locals trying to do what a government should have been doing. Even now, most of the people here are not professionals. They're volunteers or families searching for their loved ones.
In the meantime, thousands of people marched on Tuesday in cities across South Africa to demand the departure of undocumented foreign nationals after a weeks-long campaign that has sent thousands fleeing and claimed 4 lives. France 24 tells us more.
Come Tuesday, hundreds swarm the streets in both Johannesburg and Durban, holding clubs, sticks or the national flag. They feel not enough has been done to control illegal immigration and that it has driven up unemployment and crime.
And that's it for regional and international news. I'm Marshall Hazley.
We return with sports right after these.
For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, enjoy them with a KFC Big Deal or Big Bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it, hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer.
Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Digicel. Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Courts, bringing value home. Mothers, love in every bite. Regency Petroleum Limited, the real price leader. And Just Bet Goal Rush. Watch all the games on the biggest screens in the Caribbean.
Welcome to Sports. I'm Jordan Fort. MVP Track and Field Club has confirmed that its decorated co-founder, technical director and former head track